Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Wing Diamonds. I am here today with a WIP and Chat. WIP stands for Work in Progress, and Chat, I'm just gonna talk to you about the week I've been having. And man, it's been a week. But first, I'm gonna start off by kind of telling you what I'm using here. So, as you can see, we're working on a very adorable painting right now. This is Pinkie Pie from Diamond Art Club and this adorable little axolotl. I got this painting specifically because my boys, especially Alex, he's obsessed with axolotls. He did like a research project on it during school, and his mom ended up getting them 2 of them. And then, of course, like by the time I was able to purchase this painting because it's been sold out, I got on the restock. By the time that it came back into stock, unfortunately, the second axolotl had passed away, so both of them had passed away over the last few months. So yeah, but I'm still working on it for them, and I plan on like up in this top corner over here, I'm gonna put the names of their 2 little axolotls up there. It's kind of like a little memorial for them. So I am also using my cat-proof diamond painting tray. This is in the Fine Boy, and they're pretty purple. I am using my Butterfly Effectwares pink lemonade pen. Up here, it's kind of hidden because it's in the precarious area. I have my little corgi butt trash minder. This washi tape is from Amanda Michelle Designs. And of course, my putty I'm using is pink lemonade, and I don't have my glue dots down here because they're in the container with another grouping of supplies for a different painting, but I'm also using Strawberry Preserves glue dots from O Snap Crafters Cafe in here. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Okay, cool. Let's see what color do I want to start with. Let's go with this one. Okay. So, I wanted to start out this video with just kind of like a statement, because last week, I was dealing with a lot last week, so, things were kind of rough, but I got a very nasty comment on my WIP and Chat from last week from a person, and the comment has since been removed, and the person is no longer able to comment on my past or future videos. But the reasoning why it's been removed is because I will not tolerate mom shaming of any kind on my page. Every parent is different, every child is different, every situation is different. So having had somebody come at me saying like, oh well, XYZ, I didn't appreciate it. I was very frustrated and upset with it. And like I mulled it over for like a day or so to try to figure out how I wanted to react, how I wanted to respond, what I wanted to do with it. And so I just came up with the plan to basically just remove the comment and just put it out there. I'm not going to go into full details or anything like that, but I'm just going to say it like, I will not tolerate mom shaming when it comes to me or any of my other subscribers here or like anything. Like I don't tolerate it. I'm not okay with it. I have removed friends on Facebook over it too, so this is just something I'm totally against, because you never know. The situations are different. Every child is different. Like you don't know if the person's got a special needs kid. You don't know if like the parent is like has something going on. You just don't know. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Like I said, comment's been removed. The person's not allowed to comment on any more videos of mine, and I'm going to stand by that decision, because we don't need that kind of negativity in our lives. So, on to the week. So I know I mentioned in last week's WIP and Chat that my fiance's grandfather had passed away. And so Saturday was the memorial service for that. And I know I was talking about like the boys' crazy whacked out schedule right now. So their mom was out of town last week, which was supposed to be her week to have them. So we ended up having them kind of in a strange timing of the week. So like we got them back on a Thursday, we got them back on a Thursday instead of on Sunday like usual. and basically we gave them we did the handoff for them on Wednesday, but they went to their grandparents, their mom's parents, and went on vacation with them. So yeah, they didn't get to see their mom until like Saturday or Sunday, one of the two. So yeah, they didn't get much time with their mom last week. And so yeah, they were on vacation themselves and having fun. So of course the memorial service was on Saturday, and we were okay with them not coming, because it's like they're not gonna remember. They're 7 and 11, like they're not gonna remember. That's like when they're older. And as of right now, they're actually okay with the situation, because like they weren't as like super close with their grandfather, like their great grandfather, because we didn't really have like the time. Like, I mean, our schedules are crazy right now, and unfortunately, like that's just how it goes. Life, you forget to, not that you forget, but like you're not able to make time with the people that like you used to and stuff like that. So we kind of ran into that. We probably saw them we saw them at least like 3 times in the last year, but the boys only saw them like once in the past year. So we're like, okay, if you guys can get back on time for this, then that's fine. Then we'll make sure you come. But we're not gonna interrupt. Like we were like, we're not gonna interrupt your vacation for it. Well, their mom thought it was important that they be there, so she was trying to concoct a plan to try to get them back. So we kind of dealt with that for most of the week, because it's like she reached out to my in-laws and was like, yeah, we got a plan, and when she didn't, and then she was scrambling to come up with a plan, and then her solution to the plan was, oh, why don't you guys drive up on Friday to like, you guys drive an hour on Friday to go pick them up or meet up with my parents at this place. And we're like, well, we can't do that. He's gotta work, because he's got a job, so we can't just like cut out work and drive to another town, like drive an hour. And B, like Friday was supposed to be the night we were celebrating my birthday. It was the only night that we had that we were going to be able to do that, because like my birthday was on Monday of this week, the 7th. Yeah, so it was like, okay, we can't do it on Saturday because that's the day of the memorial service. We can't do it Sunday because that's the day we get the boys back. So Saturday was the day that we were going to be going out to dinner. Well, not going out to dinner, but getting special dinner. And so then their mom was like, okay, well, never mind, let me, and the whole, like, the craziness of the whole situation, though, is that she was literally 45 minutes away from them, and she could have easily ended her trip, like, a day early. And, I mean, she was there. She was at the memorial service. So she could have easily just swung by, picked them up, and did it that way, but no. So, yeah, she was trying to make us drive out of our way, which was ridiculous. And we're like, just no. And then it was like, she was trying to get somebody else to do it, and it was a lot of drama and like a lot of stress we were dealing with, and just it was very frustrating. And I was like, man, why? This should not be too hard. So what ended up happening was the boys stayed on their vacation, even though it was raining up there the whole time they were there. Poor kids. They stayed there the whole vacation, and then came home on Saturday with my fiance's ex-wife's parents, and yeah, all was good. And then and we went to the memorial service, and it was very, very sweet. It was at like the church that they had been going to for like basically his entire life, so that was kind of like a nice thing. And like the whole family was there and stuff, which part of that's a little awkward for me because apparently my fiance's cousin is somebody I used to work with who turned me down twice for a job. So yeah, she clearly doesn't like me either. That's hilarious. Like, she walked over and gave him a hug and then just like looked at me and walked away. I'm like, yeah, whatever. you be your petty self. It's all good. But yeah. So yeah, and then after they did they did this like big church thing with all the songs and the prayers and all that stuff, and then told some stories, and then we went outside, and unbeknownst to me, he was a Navy man, like our dear friends Sophie and Elisa. And they did, obviously they did the presenting of the flag to the spouse, and then they did the 21 gun salute, and the whole 9 yards. So yeah, I was good up until that point, and then I was remembering a post that Sophie made on Memorial Day, and I literally was for my fiance. I'm like, oh my god, that's what Sophie would be doing right now, and that made me cry. And then I texted her afterwards. I'm like, Sophie, you're the reason I cried at this funeral, by the way. Yeah, like I said, only met the man 3 times, so. Okay, making sure. Better hear the boys being rambunctious upstairs.
They are talking.
Why aren't you playing your game yet? What are you doing?
Filling out the intake form.
Oh, okay. I do get a little self-conscious when you're listening to me.
I wasn't really.
Okay. Creator life. Okay, there's something. So yeah. But yeah, after all that, we went to a restaurant, and they set up a tent outside where we had some food, and they had a microphone set up for people if they wanted to talk about tell stories and stuff like that. And then I think it was just basically everybody just hanging out and stuff, because a lot of the family is from out of town and out of state, so the fact that all of them are together is a very rare occurrence. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Well, not fun, but the after party was fun. Sydney was just kind of walking around everywhere, and everybody was oohing and ahhing how cute she is and stuff like that. Yeah, we actually, my mom and my aunt came over to watch her during the service, and my mom, her spidey senses were tingling. So the night before all this happened, we were just having a really bad night. Just both of us were having a really rough night, and I had a lot of anxieties, and he had a lot of anxieties, and there was just a lot of issues. So I was trying to, I was getting ready in the morning. So basically he showered first and got ready first, and then I showered second, and was starting to put myself together and stuff. And then I realized I had, obviously I've been through a pregnancy over the last year, or almost 2 years. So yeah, I didn't have any clothes that fit me for the memorial service. And I'm stressing out because of that. And I'm okay, so I have leggings. I can wear leggings. And I'm oh my god, I'm wearing leggings to a formal event right now. I felt so terrible about it. So I walked downstairs, and it was just as my mom and aunt walked in the door, and I look at my fiance, and I'm oh my god, the only thing I have to wear to this thing is leggings. Is that gonna be okay? And he's yeah, it should be fine. I'm are you sure? And he's yeah, it's gonna be fine. And my mom looks at me, and she's you've been crying. I'm and that moment, because it's your mom. That moment, I just bust into tears. I'm having a really rough time right now. Because, it really sucks when you're, going through your closet trying to find something to wear to this event, and you've got literally nothing to wear. Yeah, I was lucky I was able to find a shirt that fit, and then, my I have a bunch of, over shirts from when I was working and stuff like that. Those, since those are open in the front and flowy, those still fit perfectly. But yeah, no, it was a hard moment for me, and I just started crying. And then after we got back, we had about an hour in between. So because it was the stuff at the church ended, and then they're okay, well then the rest of it's gonna start at 1 at the restaurant. We're okay. So we had a good hour to just sit, relax, make sure Sydney was fed and like let my mom and aunt spend a little bit of extra time with her too, and like spend some time with them as well. Because we haven't really spent much time with my aunt lately. Because she's been super busy with her retirement. So yeah, I was just like, we got back and I was just sitting there and like my mom was just like looking at me like, what? and then she's like, okay, so how about this for your birthday? I'll take you to lunch and we'll go shopping and get you some stuff. I'm like, okay, sounds good. Because, you know, I did go shopping, I did get some clothes, but like I have 3 pairs of shorts and then some tank tops and obviously new bras because I had to. But like that's literally all I have that fits me right now. Like I need to go through all of my, like I have to go through my drawers, my closet, everything, and just pull out all the clothes that don't fit me anymore. Because trying to fit into stuff and then being upset that I don't fit into them is a little too stressful for my liking. So yeah, that's a project that needs to be taken on here at some point. So yeah, that was my fun. So yeah, we got Sydney some lunch, and then we went to the food, or the, I don't want to call it an after party because I don't feel like it was that get together. But yeah, it was an all around busy day basically. And yeah, we got to see a bunch of family members we haven't seen. Well, we saw them at like his grandfather's 90th birthday party. Like that was the last time we saw everybody. But yeah, we just let Sydney wander around and do her thing, and she was having a blast, and everybody was having a blast watching her, and everybody commented on how cute she is, because of course, how can you not? So yeah. And I just kind of like skipped ahead to Saturday, but that was kind of like the biggest thing that happened. And honestly, I don't think a lot of significant stuff happened during the week. It was mostly just like the back and forths with everybody, like everybody trying to figure out how do we get the boys to here and all that stuff. And it's just like, oh my gosh, so much. But yeah, we did get to have my birthday dinner on Friday night. And I had asked for Olive Garden because, you know, that's our like once in a while treat. We went on Valentine's Day and stuff like that, and I think we actually got it after we completed the refinance as like a woohoo, we did it. But yeah, that was my birthday dinners because you gotta have the breadsticks. And then he also grabbed some wine. We had some blueberry fruit Moscato. Yeah, it was like it's Barefoot blueberry Moscato, and it's delicious. I say it's delicious because we still have some in there. Although I had to teach him how to fill a wine glass because he filled it like part of the way. I'm like, no, come on, fill that up. And then for dessert, we got cheesecake from Wegmans. They have the ultimate cheesecake there, which is like just a bigger cheesecake, honestly. And then we got it with some strawberry preserves on top because I love strawberry. And yeah, that was my birthday dinner. It was absolutely delicious and amazing, and I absolutely enjoyed every moment of it. And then I don't remember what day it was, but we also got Sydney in the pool last week. Again, because like we didn't have the boys. It was a warm day, we thought it was a warm day, but then the wind started blowing. But then we're like, well, let's try to get her in the pool. Like, she's in a good mood today. Let's go for it. So we got in the pool with her, and she was definitely getting more comfortable with it for sure. She was kicking her feet and smiling, and like we were able to like let her just float and just step away from her. She was perfectly content instead of like her being like clingy to us and stuff. And yeah, she was actually starting to have a blast, so she's starting to get more comfortable with being in the pool. Hopefully this week sometime we can get her in with the boys again because, I mean, gotta just keep working at it. But yeah, so far, like, this week has just been, like, calling for nonstop rain. So we're like, ugh, that's annoying. Just nonstop rain. Although we did get a break in the sun today, or in the rain today, but I'll get to that. So yeah, we got in the pool, and then like we're in there, and the wind's blowing, and I was like, well, we're getting to that point where the water is warmer than the air, and I'm getting cold. So we're like, oh, let's go back inside, or let's get out of the pool. And then I'm like standing there, and I'm like freezing, and I'm like, oh, I was not looking forward to coming in here and just like being in the air conditioner and like while we were getting stuff situated, and I was just like, nah, I don't want to deal with this. So what we ended up doing, I asked my fiance, I was like, is it okay to take her in the hot tub? It's not damaging, right? And stuff. And he was like, no, just like we're at this point now, she's can handle like anything, like pretty much what we can. It's like, as long as it's not dangerous to us, it shouldn't be dangerous to her. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, you want to get in there? So we took her in the hot tub, and she seemed to enjoy it. She was very like confused by the jets, because we have like 2 jets that are constantly running, because that's what is like cycling the heat and stuff like that. And then yeah, so I was sitting in one of the shallower seats, because there's like shallow seats, and then there's like deep in the water seats. So I was sitting in one of the shallow seats with her, and she was just like sitting on my lap, and she was just like looking around at the bubbles and stuff, and she seemed like she enjoyed it. It was like, it's just like a giant bathtub. So yeah, she went in the hot tub for her first time, and we all warmed up, and I think that was good. I think that was a really good idea for us to do, because like we came back inside and it was freezing because the air conditioner was running. And so at least with the hot tub, we're like, okay, we at least warmed up already. Yeah. Okay, so, I'm like all over the place on my days. So Wednesday, Sophie went live. I think this is what happened Wednesday. And then she swapped over to Twitch to continue being live. I don't remember the reasoning behind it, but she decided to do that. And so, like, while she's like, okay, give me 15 minutes, and then my fiance was like, oh, you want to go in the hot tub for the 15 minute, or you want to go out in the hot tub like while you're in between lives there? I'm like, oh yeah, sounds like a good idea. I think I should have enough time for that. And so we go and like we get ready and get out in the hot tub, and like honestly, when we're only going out there for 15 minutes, we don't bother with bathing suits. So we just went out. So the neighbors, like the people or the woman who used to live in the house prior to the family with the 2 girls that the boys play with moved in. She was an older woman who very rarely went out on her back porch. Now we have neighbors who have a dog who takes their dog out on the back porch. And so we're gearing up to get back inside, and then the neighbor comes out and he's letting the dog out. And like my fiance starts to stand up. I'm like, oh my god, sit down. He's like, what? And I pointed, and just like was like, he's out on the deck. And so we're like, oh crap. And so we're kind of like just sitting there waiting, and I don't know what he was doing. He was taking forever though. I was like, oh my god. And so my fiance was like, okay, well, I'm gonna run inside, grab the towel for you, and we'll get you out. I'm like, okay, sounds good. So I like beelined it in the house, and then came out with a towel, and then got me out, and then we both got inside. So yeah, and then I tuned into Sophie's live. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm late. I got stuck in my hot tub. Yeah, it was a funny situation, and also like it was like first too, like because we never had to deal with that before. But yeah. So yeah, that was that awkward moment there of like, oh, well, that just happened. That's okay. Something new to worry about. And like there was one time we did bring towels out with us, like preemptively, and we didn't need them. And then of course it's like the one time we needed them, we didn't have them. So yeah, that happened on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Wednesday, because that was the day that she usually goes live on YouTube on Wednesdays, and then yeah, she decided to go on Twitch afterwards. And then I feel like, oh no, I'm all over the place again. I didn't write stuff down again this time. I was like, I know what happened last week, and it's like, apparently I don't. So yeah, we had to get my financial aid squared away for school too, because I start school again on August 30th, so that's coming up. That'll be here before we know it. And like, even though it's only 2 classes, I still got a lot to do right now. But I got my financial aid like award packet that they sent. Well, they send you, but it's electronic, so it's all on the school website. And I was like, looking at it, I'm like, wait, this is calculating for me for 2 semesters as a full-time student. And I'm like, nope. So we ended up having to call the financial aid office and basically like explain to them like, yeah, I'm only going to be part-time this semester, and I'm done after this semester, so like I don't need to be enrolled in the fall, like the spring and stuff like that. And so they're like, okay, well, they sent us a form. They're like, okay, fill out this form, and then when you get it back to us, we'll go ahead and adjust everything. They'll have me showing as part-time in the system. They'll show that I will not be enrolled in the spring, and that I will be, and then it'll recalculate my financial aid for the fall. So yeah, and then of course that ended up getting a little delayed too, because they didn't tell me how to get it back to them, and so I had to email them back and be like, oh, how am I supposed to send this in? Like, how am I supposed to get this back to you? Like, am I supposed to bring it in person, or is email fine, or what? And then they're like, oh, well, just email, or you can either email it, or you can fax it, or you can walk it in, or like, okay. I was like, okay, I just need no email, but I'm sure they just did a copy paste situation. So yeah, I filled that out. I got that emailed back in, and actually today I got the confirmation that they received it, and just to keep an eye out. Do I need this color? Thought I saw this color. Yes, I do need this color. So yeah, waiting for that to recalculate so I can see what to expect. Basically, since I'm still not working, I am taking out another loan just to like cover some finance stuff while I'm in school. So hopefully that loan will get me through the rest of the semester, and then hopefully I can get a job on some out. Or in the meantime, he'll get a better job. One or the other. Hopefully both, actually. That would be perfect. So yeah, getting squared away with school, and then realizing like, oh, I have to order my books still, but like, what I can get away with a lot this semester, because the only, like, I'm taking 2 classes. One of them, I don't even think I have a book for. It's like a completely online class. And then, I am, sorry, distracted. I am distracted, yes. And then I have another in-person class. The in-person class is basically like about books that people choose for like guilty pleasure reading and stuff like that. And so that entire class is, the books are all novels. And so what I'm gonna do, because we already have the school list, like the class list and everything, or the book list. Words are hard. So yeah, we have the book list already. So we're gonna go onto Pango Books, which is like a secondhand bookseller, and you can get books for like pretty cheap. Make sure you can see those cute little eyes. Yeah, you can get books for like pretty cheap on there. So I'm just gonna do that, order all my books that way, and probably only manage to spend probably maybe under, I would assume under $20 for all my books. Which, you know, if you know college students and you know how the price of their school books, you understand just how much I'd be saving. Or even just novels in general. It's just like purchasing books is expensive, so having Pango Books as an option is very handy. Which reminds me, I still need to get the list off to my fiance so he can go looking, because he's the one who's got the account set up. Because he went looking for my Edgar Allan Poe book that I have, because I have the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe. I used to have it's like a special Barnes & Noble edition of it, and then when me and my ex split up, apparently he took it upon himself to keep that book, even though it was mine. So yeah, still not amused by that, but yeah, it's been replaced now, which I'm really happy about. And I needed it last semester too, because, you know, I did a Edgar Allan Poe course. But yeah, it's just crazy to think about it. Like, I know, like, some people in the community, their kids are already back to school and everything like that, and just summer's coming to a close already, it feels like, because, you know, September, technically it's fall, and we're in August now. It's crazy to think about. But yeah, my kids still have at least a good month of, well, actually they have less than a month of summer break now, because they go back they go back September 6th. And I am looking forward to that day. Not that I don't love them, they're a lot of energy. So yeah, what did we do with them last week? So yeah, we ended up not being able to go mini golfing last week due to the weather, and we just flat out ran out of time. So we're like, you know, we'll try again next week. But then of course, you know, get the beginning of this week, I'm like, well, it's gonna be raining, so if we get the chance to, we will definitely go this week. But like, I flat out told him, like, I promise you we will go mini golfing before the end of summer. Like, this is going to happen. Just the weather's not working with us. So yeah, yeah, because I went back pretty early on Wednesday, so we weren't able to do anything, because we basically dropped him off around lunchtime on Wednesday, and like, his ex-wife's mom offered to give him lunch and everything, so we didn't even have to worry about that. So I was like, okay. So we just dropped him off nice and early. But yeah, we'll get there eventually, hopefully. I'm just so annoyed with the summer right now, because it has been so cat fur. There we go. It's just been so nasty weather-wise. Like, it's so hard to get it's been so difficult to get nice days, and it's like, we got the pool up, we got the pool in good standing and everything like that, but we haven't, like, they've used it once this week so far since coming back to us on Sunday. And it's frustrating. Like, it's summer, it's supposed to be warm and sunny and not raining. But yeah. Okay, so filmed on Tuesday. What happened? I don't remember much of what happened rest of Tuesday. I don't think anything significant happened on Tuesday. Wednesday we sent the boys back. Yeah, and then Thursday I went live on Twitch, and that was some good fun. Everybody's being mean to me because I have channel points in, saying like, oh, we use tweezers and stuff like that, and they're making me use tweezers to diamond paint. It's so rude. It's the reason why I haven't been doing any rounds on my Twitch streams lately, because I don't want to try to do rounds with tweezers. It'd be impossible. Although I feel like I can indicate that as a square only or something like that. But then I feel like I'd have to do something else for rounds, but whatever. I'll figure that stuff out. And then, yeah, my weekend was just pretty hectic. That's when all the craziness happened, was just the weekend, just with the service, and like basically like we were out of the house for majority of the day Saturday. But yeah, I got home from the after get together, the food after party. Like I said, I don't know what to call it. Like, I feel bad calling it a party, because it really, I mean, it was a celebration of life, I will say that much. But yeah, we got home, and like I had a really bad headache that day, so it's like there was like alcohol there and stuff like that, and it was like, oh, do you want some wine? I'm like, no, not really, because I have a headache. And then like had a Coke that was like mostly ice, so I was like, okay, well, that was not worth it. But anyways, so yeah, we got home, and then Sydney had not since everything was so like crazy and out of order, since like she's been only really taking one nap a day anyways, so we're like, okay, let's lay her down for a nap now, or when we get home. Like, we weren't gonna make my mom and aunt worry about nap time with her, because it's like, well, it's either gonna be nap time or it's gonna be sit and scream time. So instead, they can just spend the time with her, and then we'll deal with the nap later. So yeah, we got home, laid her down for her nap, And then when we laid her down for her nap, I was like, okay, I need to lay down for a nap too, because like I said, I had a major headache, so like I cried so much the night before because of all the stress that we were having and the anxiety and everything. So I had like the hangover headache from crying really hard. So I was like, okay, I need to lay down. Like I took some headache medicine and it did enough, but it didn't like it didn't help take care of it fully. Dang it, I missed some of that color. I knew it was gonna happen though. So yeah, we got home. Then I decided I was gonna lay down. And I did. And I fell asleep for like 2 hours. While Sydney napped for, I don't know. I can't remember how long she napped for. I think she napped for close to that. And then, yeah, my fiance woke me up. He's like, well, it's almost 5, so you should probably get up. I'm like, oh, yeah, probably should. And then he's like, are you going to stream tonight? I'm like, I feel like I don't want to, but at the same time I do want to because, with Twitch, they, like, you have a minimum amount before they'll pay out. And that minimum amount is like 50, and I'm close to it right now. Like I think I'm only like $4.01 off. So I was like, I'm not gonna skip it tonight. And then after I took my nap and everything like that, though, I will say, I felt like a whole new person. Like I felt so rejuvenated. Like my headache was gone. Like I felt so much better. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm good to go. And so I streamed on Saturday night, and actually streamed for a little bit later than usual. I believe that was the night that happened, because I had a lot of interaction and chat and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then yeah, at least we ended the Saturday on a good note. And then Sunday, we basically were just like, nope, we're just relaxing on Sunday until the boys come back, because there was just too much happening. So basically just spent the day playing with Sydney. She was in such a good mood on Sunday, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to take advantage of this while we have it. So yeah, we just played with her all day. I don't think I got much diamond painting done on Sunday too, because yeah, I was basically just chasing her around all day and stuff like that. Well, right? Yeah, because my fiance slept in on Sunday, so I got up with her. Yeah, so I did my usual, like, get up with her, play with her, do the thing, lay down for a nap, continue my life. Yeah, I don't feel like anything big happened on Sunday, and then we got the boys back. Which, honestly, I expected a lot more tears with that, because they'd only seen their mom for, like, maybe a day and a half or something like that. But yeah, and then, so their mom ended up having to leave at like, I don't remember what time she had to, or I don't know like the full details, but she basically had to go pick up a friend at the airport, and it was like one that was like an hour away. And she had to go specifically because, so she works in disability services and stuff like that, so her friend needed a powered chair, and so she drove out there and to make sure she had one and stuff like that. But she left the boys home with her boyfriend, and this guy, he doesn't say no to the kids ever, just like their mom, just never says no. Apparently he let them stay up until midnight that night, and so like when we got them back, they looked so beat, and we're like, you guys okay? And they're like, yeah, Greg let us stay up till midnight last night. And I'm like, oh man, are you serious? Like 7 and 11 staying up till midnight. Like the only time we let them do that is New Year's. So we're like, okay, well, just gonna have a nice relaxing evening then, and then we'll get in bed and stuff. And we did our usual McDonald's for dinner, and then boys played Switch for a bit, and then did their bedtime. And then told them, like, yeah, when you wake up tomorrow, it's going to be my birthday. And they're like, yay, and stuff like that. So it was really fun. So yeah, and then Sunday night, we just kind of relaxed. And, oh, I know, I was like, why didn't I do much diamond painting? Because I played Genshin. I actually got, like, because I was like, man, I haven't done much at all this week. Like, I haven't been in WoW in days, and Genshin, it has a event going on right now that is a limited event, so I need to get in there and finish that out so I can get all like the currency and stuff that I need and everything like that. So I'm like, okay, I need to get in and play that. I have to do this. So I logged into Genshin that night and I ended up playing that most of the night. Got through the main story and stuff like that, and then I'm to the point where I just have exploration to do in that area. So that's what I'm gonna do after I'm done here. I'm gonna jump into Genshin and do that again. But difference is now I have been getting a lot of diamond painting done. Okay. Where are we at? This one. That's what I need. So yeah. And then of course midnight hit, and then my fiance was like, "Oh, happy birthday!" I'm like, "Yay, thank you!" And then my friend April, she texted me happy birthday. She's like, "Yeah, I'm the first one." I'm like, "Actually, you're the second." Sorry. But yeah, that was pretty funny. Let's see. I thought it was over here. Oh no, it's up here. Trying to remember where things are and not doing so good. I've been working on this painting I've been working on this painting all day today. Decided I want to push to get it done because I have my Leo painting from Dakota Dateweiler coming, and it's going to be here on the 10th, which today is the 8th, so 2 more days. So I'm like pushing to get this one finished so I can start that one because I am excited. Okay. One, 2, 3. Oh, give me that 4th one. And 4. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, then obviously Monday was my day to sleep in because it was my birthday, so I did that. And I slept until like 9:45 because Sydney was being a butt and she was just like being inconsolable. Yep, here we go again, being inconsolable. I mean, at least we're not to the point of where we were last time where she was just like refusing to sleep or anything like that, but yeah, we are pretty sure she's going through a growth spurt right now. But more on that. Yeah, so got up, and of course my fiance did have to get work done and stuff like that, so I did have to help with Sydney a little bit, but for the most part it was like my day off, which was nice. I basically diamond painted all day. I got 3 sections done on Mystic Cat for Claws and Paws, and I got 3 sections done here on Pinkie Pie. Like, I finished out this whole entire bottom row yesterday. So I was like, yeah. So I just had a great day of diamond painting. And then, like I said, it's supposed to rain, like, majority of this week. And then yesterday I'm sitting here and I'm looking outside and we get a break in the clouds and it's sunny. And, like, I waited a minute because I was like, okay, is this just, well, I waited a minute for multiple reasons. One, because Drake said he was going to go lay down and take a nap. And I was like, okay, well, if he, like, we'll see if he actually naps or not. And then, I was also making sure, like, the weather was, like, holding, like, it was going to hold out. So Drake comes down, like, 15 minutes after he goes upstairs. He's like, wow, I took such a great nap. And it's like, no, you didn't. Like, you weren't even up there, you were up there for 15 minutes. He's like, what? I'm like, so I don't think he knows what a nap is. What he's doing is power napping, because apparently he takes naps all the time at his mom's house, but I don't know if it's actually a nap or if it's just he goes and lays down for a few minutes and then calls it a nap. But yeah, I walked over to my fiance after he came back down. I'm like, so if you're willing to keep an eye on Sydney, I will take the boys outside and, like, we can set up my diamond painting out there, and I'll let the boy, like, I can supervise the boys while they're swimming. And then I'll just work on my diamond painting and it'll be great. And he's like, yeah, okay, that sounds like a good plan. So I went out and checked the pool, everything's good, make sure it wasn't going green or anything like that, and it's not. So then we got things set up, so because we don't have a table out there yet. It's on the list of things to get a table for the back porch there. But we took out, like, 2 of the tray tables and, like, one of the kitchen chairs, and then And then we brought, like this one night specifically, I brought Pinkie Pie out with me. And I sat on the deck and we put the umbrella up because it was sunny out. And like, it was funny too because I looked at my weather app. I'm like, oh, it says it's 81 out, so I can manage that. That's not a big deal. Or no, it was like 83. Either way. And then I get out there and I'm sitting out there. I'm like, why is it so freaking hot out here? Like, this feels hotter than what I was anticipating. And then I look at the weather app again, and like I didn't look at the feels like temperature. The feels like temperature was like almost 90, and I was like, oh yikes! I'm like, okay, that's why I'm feeling so warm right now. But yeah, we managed to stay out there for like a good hour, which was nice because the boys got good swim time in. They burnt a lot of energy that was needed because being cooped up inside sucks for small kids. So yeah, they were able to do that, and then Drake decided he was done because he got in the pool a little bit earlier because Alex was playing a round of Apex Legends, and like they were like almost like I think he got second place in that round. But yeah, so he was finishing out that round, and while we were like, so I let Drake get in before he was out there, and then Alex came out and got in, and so Drake finished up first, of course, understandably. And then we're like, oh, are you just taking a break or are you done? He's like, oh no, I'm done. I'm like, okay. So he went inside and got changed and everything like that, and then I was working on a color, and I had a little bit of the color left, and was thinking like, okay, another 5 minutes or so. And I was like, okay, I'll give him until I'm done with this color, and then we'll all pack up and go in because it was starting to get a little cloudy and like the wind was starting to blow. So we're like, okay, I think that'll be good timing. Yeah. The weather shifted very quickly, a little quicker than anticipated, and like we're standing there and all of a sudden it starts sprinkling, and I'm like, oh. So like we're like rushing to get everything in the house and stuff like that, and then we tell Alex like, okay, we gotta get in. He was like getting all the all the diving toys out, and then like the pool floaties out and stuff like that. And like I swear, like minutes after we got inside, it was like a torrential downpour. And I was like, well, that was close. So yeah, got everything in time. Thankfully, nothing got too soaked. Although, my child, in the meantime of rushing and doing all this, Sydney is like, because we have the door open and we're like, my fiance's going in and out as he's grabbing stuff. And just got attacked by a bug. Yeah, she's just like waddling around doing her thing, and all of a sudden she just like takes a tumble out the door. I'm like, what? Are you serious? And like I was expecting the drama and the tears, but she was like, no, I'm good. And she just kind of like looked at me, so I like picked her up and was holding her so that she wouldn't do it again. But yeah, and then we got everything inside. We got us inside, got Alex inside, and then torrential downpour. So yeah, then the rest of the evening was just more relaxing and playing games. Lies. I'm already forgetting what happened yesterday, man. No, so, yeah, and since the boys' mom didn't see them very much last week, she was like, she asked ahead of time, like, if she could take them for dinner tomorrow, she asked us on Sunday if she could take them for dinner, like, tomorrow, or yesterday, and we're like, oh yeah, it's good, that sounds good, and then, we think she was, because, she just got back from a week off of work, so she's playing catch up right now, and she's exhausted, so we're like, she was talking to Alex, and she was like trying to get him to be okay with like skipping. She's like, well, the weather's not good, so we wouldn't be able to do anything outside, and he's like, well, I don't care, I just want to spend time with you, and she's like, okay. So she ended up taking them for dinner, and we were like, okay, well, now I got a second birthday dinner. And it's like, well, I already got what I wanted. Like, I spent so long, I'm like, I don't know what I want. And then I was like sitting there, I'm like, never mind, I do know what I want. I'm like, I want soup. So we got Panera for dinner yesterday, and I had the broccoli cheddar soup with bread, because I like dipping my bread in it. And then since it was my birthday, I was like, I want one of the coffees too, so I got this amazing, delicious iced coffee with caramel in it, and oh my gosh, it was so good. And then I also streamed last night for my birthday too, because you gotta spend your birthday with people you love, right? So I spent it with my diamond painting friends. So yeah, that was a fun night too. So, and I wore a crown. I made sure to wear a crown. And yeah, that was basically it. So I ended my stream about midnight, and then I was just laying down on the couch and relaxing for the rest of the night. And then we just went to bed. And now we get to today. So yeah, today is the day we determined that Sydney is definitely going through a growth spurt right now. So here we go again. And yeah, basically she's just been clingy and very grumpy. So like she's not happy unless both of us are in the same room, and she's got to be on at least hanging off of at least one of us right now. So we're like, okay, she's clearly not feeling good. So I was like, this is not normal behavior for her. I got up with her this morning, and she actually spent most of the morning just screaming at me, and I'm like, okay, well, what's going on here? And so we get to, she got up at 8, and then we get to about 10-ish, and I'm like, well, I usually try to push out her nap a little bit longer just in case she doesn't take a nap, but today I couldn't do that. I was like, no, I'm tired of getting screamed at, I am exhausted myself, and so, it's my nap time. So I took her upstairs and laid her in her crib, and then I laid down, and she fell instantly asleep and slept for 2 hours this morning, and then I fell asleep too. And it was funny, I was I woke up randomly, and then he was still in bed with me, because usually when I get up there, he usually comes down and is with the kids and stuff like that. But then he stayed up in bed with me, and then I remember waking up and being why are you still in bed? And he's like, why did you randomly wake up? I'm like, I don't know. And then I rolled over and fell back asleep. At least I hope that happened. I don't know. I never confirmed that. But anyways, yeah, so yeah, then I woke up around noon. Yeah, because we lay down around 10, so I woke up around noon. And I got myself downstairs, and we got ourselves situated for lunch, and then Sydney was, after she ate, she was okay for a little bit, but then she was still clinging to her father heavily, and not she wasn't clinging to me this time, she was clinging to him. And then and then he had to go to the store because we needed a bunch of stuff. We needed cat food, we needed our food. We had no groceries in the house. Oh, and he needed to get gas. That's what I'm like, there's 3 things there. So, yeah, he took the boys with him to go to the store and stuff, and then I stayed home with Sydney. And then when they were leaving, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to lay her down again and see what happens. I wasn't expecting a nap at all. And he's like, okay. He's like, good luck. I'm like, thanks. So laid her down. Girl fell right to sleep again. I was like, okay, yeah, yes. We are definitely dealing with something here. And she slept for an hour and a half. She slept basically until a minute before they all got home. And so my fiance they all got home and got everything inside and stuff like that. And of course, the boys came in, and Alex was being loud and stuff like that. And my fiance's like, shh, be quiet. I'm like, no, don't worry about it. She's already awake. She literally just woke up. And so, yeah, I was like, wow, surprising. She actually took both of her naps, and she slept for a significant period of time. And then after she got down here, she was instantly back into the bad mood and screaming at us and stuff like that. And then that's when we were like, okay, yeah, this is definitely a growth spurt. We know it's growth spurt because we checked her gums, and it doesn't look like there's any teeth coming in right now. So yeah, it's definitely a growth spurt right now, and she's just having a rough time with it. So we basically did everything with her, just got her, or let her do her thing, play and stuff like that. Or, well, not really play, she clung to us. And then came time, we all had dinner together, she had her dinner at the same time as the rest of us, and then, immediately after dinner, we laid her down in bed. It was, half an hour before her usual bedtime. And oh my god, this color in these new drills is absolutely amazing. I love these new rounds from Diamond Art Club. Yeah, so got her in bed like half an hour early and she went right to sleep again. So we're like, okay, yeah, confirmed, growth spurt. So yeah, that's where we are now. Boys got to go outside and play with the girls a little bit tonight since we got another break in the weather. So like it got sunny out, and so like I instantly texted Nira, be like, oh my god, can girls come outside? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. And so we got all the kids outside, burning some energy, which was absolutely needed after being cooped up inside all day with the rain. So yeah, and then it was just so funny because like after they came in, it's like, okay, we're doing showers tonight, and Alexi's like, he was complaining that his socks were wet as they were heading upstairs to like get in the shower and stuff, and I'm like, you're about to get in the shower. It doesn't matter. You're gonna take them off. And apparently he was concerned about getting his bed wet, and it's like, so take your socks off before you make your bed. It's just the random things that they don't think about. But yeah, now we got them in bed, and now here I am, diamond painting and filming my WIP and Chat. And then once I'm done here, I'm gonna unbox a couple of paintings because I got my order from Dreamer Designs, and then I will be playing video games because I think I deserve it after all the work I've done. Because on this painting, I actually started over on like this section over here, and I did all of this today so far. But yeah, like I said, beelining to get this done so I can work on Leo from Dakota Dateweiler, because I'm very excited about that painting, and I want to work on it in my birthday month. So yeah. So yeah, making good progress on my event kits, my Sailor Summer kit, and my Claws and Paws kit. I feel like that should have been my Claws and Paws kit, but it's okay. I actually have like the whole entire bottom row of Mystic Cat done now too, because I just kind of like beeline working on it. It helps that both these kits are rounds and they are very color blocky, so like I'm just flying through them. Of course, this section right here is confetti because it's all the little top of the axolotl, but like all this here and all this here, it's all color blocking. Okay, so yeah, we are almost done. I didn't think I was going to make it to the hour today. So what to expect this week? Probably a post review and an unboxing. I'm trying to like come up with some sort of schedule for how I post my videos, because yeah, right now it's just very randomized and stuff like that, and it's like, oh well, let's get this up, and I'm like, I have post reviews that I end up scrapping, like, yeah, post reviews I end up scrapping because it's been so long since I have finished the painting, it's like, it doesn't feel worth it. So yeah, I'm gonna try to come up with a schedule where like, maybe if like, do a post review a week or do a unboxing a week, depending on what I have in my video folder there. Because I know I do have a couple more. I just did the Moon Elf post review, which I love that everybody's been loving my voiceovers, my very confused voiceovers. Oh shoot, I remember what I did on Sunday. I'm sorry, Cassie. Oh god, I'm so bad. My friend Cassie came over on Sunday, and she always watches my WIP and Chats, and now she's gonna be there sitting there like, what the heck, I came over on Sunday. I'm so sorry. See, that's where the brain goes. Yeah, so my friend Cassie came over and hung out with me on Sunday, and it was awesome because we just kind of chilled. She watched Sydney flop around like she does and stuff like that, and yeah, it was a fun time. Sorry, Cassie, I'm so terrible. Anyways. So yeah, I'm going to try to come up with some sort of schedule so I can get caught up on these post reviews I have, because like, I don't want to just post nothing but post reviews over the next couple of weeks, so I feel like I'm going to try to post at least one a week until I get caught up, and then keep posting unboxings in the meantime, because I have a bunch of unboxings, because I've been doing mass unboxings when I get stuff, so yeah. So yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, how about an emoji of like a fish or a lizard, because that's basically what axolotls are. They're like lizard fish. And throw me a comment. Let me know how you guys are doing. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. I don't know if I said that. Hope you all are doing well. Yeah, so if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed and you just sat here listening to me ramble about my life for an hour, I think you'll like it here. So go ahead and hit that little subscribe button down there. And then hit that bell to be notified whenever I post new videos. WIP and Chats like these generally go up on Wednesdays, but other videos like small shop hauls, poster reviews, unboxings, what have you, those are posted at random. I just cannot get over this adorable little face. So yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.